I don't know, feelings. I'm not such a, spiritual person. When people put the feelings up here, it's not really for me. I'm just sensitive. I'm just natural with feelings. I don't do the whole spiritual thing. And I actually think that you should go to a professional, something more scientific about feelings so you not be so spiritual. Hello everyone. This is Dor here. I'm in the Dead Sea. You can see behind me. And I wanted to talk to you today about feeling versus being spiritual, or what's referred to being spiritual. And we're going to break two of these things down. And the reason why I wanted to, and it was really important I really think it's the most important, probably, conversation I'm going to have with you, is that people connect these two things, feelings and being spiritual. And that creates resistance. Because in modern culture, people that usually people that use the spiritual thing, they also had their shadow world unchecked, which means they used it as a superiority thing, like I'm the guru. Or they had, even in modern culture, psychologists or a therapist, they're like the expert and you are here. So spirituality was always this thing of like following a guru, or like there's some kind of a superiority thing, or even in some cases manipulation in those spiritual worlds. And on the other end, in modern culture, it always became like, it's a professional help thing. It's something that is a professional help, and that created a lot of resistance for a lot of sensitive people. So for sensitive people to connect to their feelings, it was either there is the spiritual world that I'm kind of afraid of using or going into, which is, it makes sense. I'm glad, like, it's great that you have those skills to discern and to come with open eyes to something and not go blindly into something, and also see like shadow worlds of people. Like that is that is super. I think it's valuable and you should keep that. And and some people, they just go into the spiritual world and they experience a bunch of stuff, and a lot of times it's mixed. A lot of times it's like spaces that were great, that I could be with my feelings, and then spaces where, it was just a bit of a shadow kind of thing, you know and sometimes these things are mixed. And for people that were sensitive and they were like, I cannot connect to my feelings, and maybe they got some mixed feelings like depression, where the sadness and anger mixed up and all this emotion mixed up, and it just feels like, it just feels like, I can't, like there's overwhelm and burnout and mixed emotions. So they kind of seek the professional help thing. But then in the professional help thing, they always came as there was an expert, and they were, kind of like a patient. It was like, I have a problem, something is wrong with me, and you're, as the professional, is gonna fix me. That was the relation. So in both of these cases, there was not a door for sensitive people to take responsibility, or to go to the next level of responsibility for their feelings, with their feelings, and actually transform that relation in the form of healing and in the form of how to think about feelings. And these are the two really greatest things I discovered in my journey. I was doing the self-development thing for quite a while, and let's say like about 7 years. And I was, swimming through all these different dimension of spiritual work, in festivals, workshop, following a guru, going to India to ashrams, to sitting with yogis, and the whole thing, like really exploring, as I was interested in exploring a lot of that stuff. And also, I once, when I was depressed, I thought, okay, so psychologist, and then like the depression pills and all that route, and even like modern culture coaching, I would put it in the same category, where they kind of like make you a plan, or some kind of make everything, like put it in a method, so that's what I had in my journey, and those like options didn't work for me so much. And I want to kind of present to you in this video, maybe you can say like another option, or the next possibility, which coming from something we call next culture. Because the spirituality of today, mostly, I want to say not all of it, like some of the spirituality today is going to next culture and modern, and of course, the psychology, therapy, NLP coaching, all that stuff, it's still in modern culture, still empowering you how to be better, how to do the modern culture better, how to earn more money, or to become more powerful, or to have more influence over people. So this is not what we're talking about. So the third option, the next doorway, comes from next culture. And it's about really being sensitive and connected to your feelings. That might sound simple, but you need to, put away those two things, and just, how is it like to really just connect to your feelings with no theory, no philosophy, no belief system. You're not believing in anything, not a god, not in a guru, not believing in science, even, and not also following kind of like a belief system around the academic world, like the academia. They discovered everything to know about feelings, and they're the ones that can give me the answer, give me all the answers I need or something. And so putting all that to the side, what it's like for you to just connect to your feelings and navigate the world with your feelings. Now, in this video, I'm already gonna open up like the first path. We're going into this work of conscious feeling work. We call it conscious feeling work. The first door into that is kind of like sifting through, or this we call distinction, putting a distinction between feelings and emotions. So feelings are what you have as an adult. Actually, they're coming from your heart, just feelings. What do you feel right now? Like, for example, I feel joy that I'm here in this beautiful place and I can do this video and I can talk to you almost at eye level. the condition here, you should see, I'm kind of like filming here from this like little rock around me, and I know all the beautiful spots in the Dead Sea, but you can take a look, and there's like a little hut here that someone built. It's not mine, but it's like, I found this little nice spot that I can film in from, and so I feel joy about it. And I'm gonna keep this one take, so it's easier without all the editing. And I feel scared that I sometimes I need to edit this video and it takes a lot of time. I feel scared about it, and I feel angry that I don't have like a full-on film crew here with like a top-notch camera and like a stand and a tripod and a team, and I can do this video kind of like more professionally. I'm angry that I cannot be more professional in making these videos, and on the other hand, I'm also sad. First of all, I'm a little sad that I didn't look at this part of the camera this whole time too, so I can be more with you. But yeah, I'm also sad that these special moments of having inspiration to do these videos are sometimes happens not on moments where I have my teams around me. Okay, so this is my conscious feelings, and as you see, they give me information, and I can use this information, or I can use the energy of the feelings. Like if I'm angry, I can use that energy to change something, to hire a film crew, whatever. And also I can just get the information from the feeling, what I'm sad about, what I want to change, what I'm scared about, what can happen, what I'm happy about, what I want to keep doing and celebrating. So I get all this information. This is conscious adult feelings. And then I have the emotions. And the emotions are feelings that got stuck in the past. So they're not really from now. If I'm like, frustrated and I cannot do this video, I'm just confused, I'm just like overwhelmed from doing this video, I'm depressed, like this would be feelings that are not from now. They don't happen because I'm doing this video. They're actually something that happened in the past and now they just got triggered. Is that familiar to you? Have you ever got stuck feelings about something that you wanted to, that didn't feel like the emotion was there for more than 3 minutes, sometimes more than an hour, sometimes days. You're just in this emotion. So this is the distinction between feelings and emotions. And this is kind of the beginning, like the first step into this conscious feeling work. And the purpose of me sharing about this distinction is that, for example, if you look at this distinction, the worlds of the spiritual world, if you go to like a spiritual new age festival and you do all these workshops, and they might say all the feelings are welcome, here in the space, but they don't have the distinction between feelings and emotions. And that would be a bit limited, because then you have a feelings, but you don't know even if it's a feeling from now or from the past. And then what do you do with that? So with feelings, you can use the information, and with emotions from the past, you can do a healing process for them. And this is two things that we offer, for example, in Next Culture, how, what to do with the feelings. But, in the spiritual, for example, realms, you don't get that. So it stays limited in a certain level. And again, even in modern culture, like you go to a psychologist or something, sometimes they're great at holding space, so then you can express or share what you feel, but then they don't really guide you how to use your feelings. They don't tell you, okay, go to conscious anger 80%, go to the anger, feel how it was when they got stuck in the first place, or go to your anger, what are you gonna change like that. It's kind of like talking about the feelings. So it's staying in the mental world because it's coming from academic and analyzing things, Freud, Jung, like it doesn't come from like how do you actually use those things. And this is what I think that sensitive people miss in modern culture. This is the big loss. This is like the big painful thing. As sensitive people, they actually have a superpower. They came in the world with a built-in superpower to feel their feelings more. And then, all that modern culture is like offering them is to numb the feelings or ignore the feelings or go to school, where you cannot be sensitive. Like it's not induced. It's not designed for you to feel in those systems. So I feel sad about it, and this is the great loss of modern culture, that sensitive people, they have this choice either to be, like go to the spiritual world, but then also there you don't get clarity about your feelings. Maybe, I'm not saying it's not black and white. A lot of the spiritual stuff or doing yoga and meditation, it can help you to connect more to yourself, and that can lead you to your next steps. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that hearing this might be a valuable distinction, even if you go to the spiritual worlds, or even if you play in those game worlds of, spiritual stuff. Even if you do, like we have a lot of space holders that are working with us, and they're doing all sorts of workshops, also new age workshops, and they can really use those distinctions. So it's not about right or wrong. It's not about, whatever. It's really about how can you use those distinctions to empower your path. And I'm sad because, people in modern culture, they don't always know that you can be sensitive and connect to your feelings without going to therapy, or without, being kind of some kind of a spiritual, to take on some kind of a spiritual tradition, like like the yoga path, which is amazing, but it has a certain purpose. And not always people that go into the spiritual worlds, they subscribe to these traditions because maybe sometimes they don't know about how to connect to their feelings in a different way. So this is kind of the next best thing. And yeah, so from this sadness, I want to share with you, I once had ex-girlfriend, and her brother committed suicide because it was so sensitive. This guy was so sensitive, and it was like, he tried therapy and all this stuff, but nothing in modern culture really take that as a superpower and help you to use that. And I mean, people talk to me all day, like people that know about my work, they just tell me, yeah, my brother, my friend, like they're lost, they're feeling trapped, but they can't get out. And it's really just because of that. It's just because they have a superpower. And nobody ever in modern culture, not in spirituality, not in therapy, whatever, nobody taught them how to use that superpower. And that's painful. It's really painful. I know it from myself, from my own experience of life. So it's sad. And again, there's the good news where you can share this video with someone. You can, you can tell that to someone yourself, and you can even hold space for that. So if that's something that resonates with you, we have a spaceholder training coming up where it's really about that. It's really about learning how to connect to the feelings in a natural, neutral way, not as a spiritual, not as a belief system, not as a therapy, not as a science, just connect, and then hold space for other people to do it, in whatever you do, if you're a teacher, guide, whatever, facilitator. So that's what we are taking a stand for. And we have a team for that, and it's a really great team of sensitive, powerful beings. And it's also inspiring to know some of these people. So you're welcome to check it out. And yeah, you're just welcome to share this video with someone that is important to you, that is sensitive, and maybe needs to hear that there's something else than spirituality or therapy. Like there is a whole path of connecting to yourself and to your feeling that is really for sensitive people, and for your, the genius part of you. Like you are a genius. So thank you for watching. I hope this landed in you and resonate. Please comment something below if you care about this. So you help to share this content further. And yeah, check out our website. We have some links below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.